Hi guys, Cliff here. Today is the morning of the maiden flight for the Savage Bobber. This is the Dancing Wings kit built bobber. The all ready to fly version, there's several videos on YouTube not showing it in a good light. Seems to have this tendency to take off and swing violently to the left. On the strength of that, the model's built in about 2 maybe 3 degrees of right thrust and down thrust. I've increased that a little bit. I've added an extra degree, or maybe 2. It's hard to tell with a washer, isn't it? But that should help the situation, hopefully. The CG is just in front of the 40 millimeters back from the leading edge, is what they suggest. I'm flying it on a 2S 1600 cell battery, and the current conditions up at the patch are very light winds. The grass is a little bit on the long side for the wheels. Not sure if we're going to get off the ground or not. We'll have to see. If I can't get off the ground, I'm going to have to hand launch. But of course, there's no going back. Once it's in the air 6 foot off the ground, it's either going to fly or it's going to go in spectacularly. We're going to need full throttle, which is maximum torque. Now, if you watched my part 4 video of the build, the final part, you saw me doing a sort of a hang torque test. It sort of showed that the plane was torquing to the left, so hence the reason for the washer as well. Apart from that, the control throws are set up pretty much as they suggest. The flaps are set up. I've only got 1 stage flap, so not entirely sure what's going to happen with those. I'm going to go off without flaps to start. That's about it really. So the conditions, actually, it's overcast today. Not my best filming conditions. My little hat cam doesn't do very well in low light conditions. So today's the day. It's as perfect as it can be, apart from the sun. But I suppose the yellow will look good against the grey sky, assuming it gets up into the sky. So that's about it. The video that you're about to watch now is what happens when I got up to the field, what happened when I got up to the field. Fingers crossed it all goes well and I can say, wow guys, that's a great flying model. Okay, thanks for watching. Hit the little like button down below if you enjoyed the video, the thumbs up, and give us a little comment. Let's hear what you've got to say about it. Cheers guys, wish me luck. That went alright, I think. Oh, did you see that? As I got off the chair, it swung around like that, and the model nearly went on the floor. As I got off the chair, it went. Oh, that would have been a disaster before I got. Dear oh dear. There is no spoon. Okay, windsocks is starting to move. Coming from down that way, I think. I'm going to try it on the carpet because it won't get off on this grass. Battery's already in. Noise test was 60 decibels, which is well inside the club maximum. So I'm going off without flaps. Right, left, up, down, left, right. Flaps. Okay, I've got my Jeff in Lower Alabama sticker on for good luck. Oh. Okay, I think it's okay. Try that again. It tracked straight, so that was good. Okay, hand launch. Third time lucky, guys. Just needs a bit more beans just to get going, doesn't it?
Oh, I can tell you straight away it flies. The controls feel fine. Let's get a little bit of height. Right, that was full right aileron trim and full up elevator trim. Coming off the throttle a bit now. Whew. I'm not hands off yet. Yeah, I've got full up trimming and it wants to drop its nose, so I'm flying. I wonder if its nose heavy. I'm flying on a pinch of up elevator and about, I'd say, 2/3 throttle. Let's try rudder, left rudder. Oh, that's alright. It was me being silly. Left rudder. Oh, what I want to do is a stall test. She looks fantastic. I'll gain a bit of height. It's got to full throttle. Gain a bit of height and just pull the stick back and see what happens. Right, here we go. Shutting the throttle. Slowing it down. Well, she's not dropping a wing. That's okay. Let's come around again and do a flap test. See what happens. Back into wind. Alright, deploying flaps now. Nothing horrible happening. Pop those up again. Let's see if we can get a nice low pass in for the camera then. That's okay.
On the patch.
Okay.
That's land nice, Philip.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Can you come back a bit?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Get some flaps.
As soon as you're off.
I don't never use flaps and take off.
This one, no, it's just the landing.
As soon as you're off, I'll land.
Do you want to land?
No, no, no. I'm gonna maybe.
Take
Hey.
it off then first.
Yeah. Just before I land, let's try a loop. Ooh. Ooh. I need more power than that. Okay, alright for approach. Yeah. Lovely. I'm going to land without flaps.
It's a nice plane, isn't it?
Okay. At least I've hit the runway. Okay, let's go back and evaluate.
Yeah, it flew nice.
Happy with that, actually. Yeah, mine have got a lot of up trim in.
Okay, we're back from the flying field. I think we can call it a successful maiden flight for the BOBBER. She's still in one piece, it's always a good sign. you've seen the video now, and I've had a look at the model coming back now. These are my deductions. I'll go to hat cam now and you can have a closer look. So what have we got? I was flying with this much aileron trim, full right trim. So the model wanted to fly to the left and I had to put full right trim on to keep it level. I've had a look at the wing and I do think I do have a, I do think I do have a slight twist in one of the wing panels. This one is slightly down, pulling the plane over to the left, hence the right trim. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to straighten that wing by heating it with my iron and seeing if I can, I may have to pull the struts off to get it to release. I'll see how I go, but because they're CA'd in. But that to me shows that how sensitive the wings are to any warps at all. So if you're buying a ready to fly one, really check those wings very, very carefully. The easiest way to do it is to put both wing panels together, and if they're absolutely flat, that tells you that either they're both warped in exactly the same way, or of course if there's a gap one into the other, you'll see it. So there's that. Also, I'm flying with full up trim on the elevator, plus probably about that much on the stick, about that much. So I think it's nose heavy, and I think that would sort it out. So again, very critical on 40mm back from the leading edge. This is where they say it should balance, and I guess it is downhill a little bit. I'll show you why I couldn't fly it again and reposition the battery back a little bit, because I broke the horn off the rudder when I landed. I don't know if you can see that. Let me get in the light a bit. The rudder horn broke. In fact, it didn't break. Yes, it has. It snapped. The rudder horn has snapped, possibly because the tail wheel takes a lot of the force of the landing, and because it gets shocked one way or the other. If you're landing on anything other than a perfect runway, that's going to happen. I think I said in the build originally that I wasn't particularly happy with the fact that the tail wheel is fixed to the rudder. I'd sooner have a fixed tail wheel and it takes all the strain off the rudder. I fixed extra hinges in, which worked. It didn't pull out, but it has broken the horn. So I either replaced the horn with a plastic one like I did on the elevator, because I accidentally mucked that one up. If I do have a bad landing again, then the weakest link is going to be the servo, so it's going to break that. So I'm thinking I might just remove the tail wheel and pop it here and make it fixed. I'd sooner have a plane that isn't going to break. So at least that didn't break. It showed that something was strong, but it's only going to break at the weakest link, which was the horn. So I couldn't have flown it again even if I had another battery. So I think if I straighten out that wing, move the battery back a little bit to get the CRG bang on 40, it'll be a nice little flyer. It reacted nicely to the controls. It was a little bit underpowered, wasn't it, when I was taking off. Let's just take that off again. When I was trying to take off, it took 2 attempts. I know my little runway wasn't quite long enough, but the tail was coming up. I nearly got away with it the second time. I went off with full up elevator. I thought I might have a problem with nosing over. I probably would have on grass, but because that's essentially a smooth surface, so it was going there very nicely. So happy with the undercarriage. The undercarriage only landed once, of course, but it's still intact. There's no breakages or bends there, which is good. But I hand launched it, went off dead clean. I was a little bit apprehensive, but there was no choice. But it went off lovely. Well, you'll see on the video, actually, it wasn't totally lovely. I had to have hard aileron over to correct it, but I was on the ball, corrected that okay, and she climbed up really nicely. I knew straight away that she was responding to controls, so I was happy that I wasn't going to have any more problems. Just let me cut back to the hat cam. I'll show you how much right thrust I put in.
It's a little bit more than what the kit was. I've added one washer, so that's basically straight ahead. That was probably about the amount of right thrust, and I've got that much. Could be anything up to 5 degrees. I'm not going to take any more of that right thrust out. I'm going to leave it in as it is and fly the model again.
I think I can move the centre of gravity back, possibly, who knows, possibly 42, 43, 44, 45 millimetres maybe. There'll come a point when it starts tip stalling. This one didn't tip stall, showed no sign of tip stalling. But then I've got the offset, haven't I, on the motor. When the guys online were tip stalling, they were taking off, weren't they? So that's full torque, and that's pulling it over to the left. I've added right thrust, and I didn't have any problems in that respect. My only problems were the centre of gravity. I think it was nose heavy, my fault, but it's better to have a nose heavy plane. As we all know, a nose heavy plane flies, a tail heavy plane doesn't. I'm going to move the centre of gravity back, easily accomplished by moving the battery back, or I could open the cowling and remove a bit of nose weight. I might go that route actually, less weight in the aeroplane is always good. Just take that warp out of one wing ever so slightly, because it's a big wing and small ailerons. I know they look like they're offset quite a lot, but they're big wings. So, and sort out the tail wheel. I'm not happy with the tail wheel on there. It does the job, it turns the model, but who's worried about the model turning? I'm not. Okay guys, that's my summing up. It's a nice little aeroplane. I'm looking forward to a few more flights with her yet and put her through her paces. Sorry the sun didn't come out for the Maiden. Half an hour later I was flying the Cute Girl, which is dancing wings as well, and the sun came out, and I'll put a video up of that. I had the camera on the top as well, so that was good fun. So thanks for looking. Hit the little subscribe button down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers guys. Cheers. I always say that 3 times. Cheers. I don't know why. Okay, let's get this video edited and uploaded so you guys can watch it. Talk a waffle, eh? Dear, oh dear. That man can waffle.